traders. This is Washboardjim with a sneaky snake trading strategy where I talk about chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now. And today we're going to talk about Apple. Not the apple with a worm in it, but maybe this apple does have a worm in it. This is iPhone 16. This is the Apple website right here. I've never owned an iPhone. Personally, I thought they were a little bit too much money for me to want to spend on an Apple or on a phone. But I got that much money plus in a computer, but it's not an Apple. I bought the very first flat screen Apple that came out. I still have it, and it still works today. But let's pull that back up. So Apple's kind of going through a little bit of sad story right now. As I pull up this here Wahoo Finance and I go into the news, it says Apple loses its crown in the key market. Its China problem is getting worse. So they're having issues with China. Sales are down quite a bit. And that could be a good catalyst to bring this back down and find a good support. I've never been bullish. I don't trade it that much, Apple, because there's other better stocks I think out there to trade, like Tesla and Nvidia and AMD and some other trades out there that I'm AVGO, the AI run that we've had. So this is the Apple yearly chart time frame, and today we almost hit my third support, which is at 228.85, and then that news came out. And we could take a nosedive and even dive down lower on this news because sales mean a lot. So we got like a pivot point area right here off this ascending triangle. This is an ascending triangle with higher lows. And then we've got the resistance level with a triple top break to the upside. So this is a very solid, it was my third support. And the next support that comes down is going to be the peak of this here candle. And I'm going to put a price line right across it, right on the body of that candle, on the daily. And there you got your Darvis box with a triple top breakout. So this thing could be a real strong buy off the 200 SMA on the daily. And that's something to keep an eye on. And if you go back to the weekly time frame, 3-year weekly, you're right above that 63 and that 50 SMA. And that's a pretty good support right there too, with a double bottom right off that 217.55 area. So if this 228.85 does not hold, we have 3 black crows. This is a good idea for a reversal to the upside. I'm going to call this a daily scalper or a day trade, but not a swing yet, because I'd like to see it pull back to that 217 before I'd want to buy this trade and run it back up to right around 230. So Apple, it's going through some hard times right now. Plus, we've got Trump getting into office, and I don't think these tariffs is going to be that big of a deal compared to what you hear on CNBC. Tariff this, tariff that, every day, tariff, 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 tariffs, tariff, tariffs. I'm sick of it. Can't they do anything different besides talk about tariffs, like charts? But that's what they do all day long. I think they're trying to bring this market down. So if we get down to that 217.55 area, I think that'll be a strong buy. Maybe set you an alert on the bottom of this candle right here, right around 220. And we'll do that right now. And I'll tell you right where I'm going to put my alert. We'll go ahead and stick that in here right around 220.40. And I'm going to set it at the mark at below. And that's where I'd like to take that double bottom, triple bottom right there. You got that wick. You got these other two. We found some solid support in that area, right around the 220.40 area. So let's see what happens. I'm going to keep a good eye on it. I think it could be a good daily scalper right now at this level. So if you want to learn how to scalp, I take it, there's 2 ways of looking at it. One on the 5-minute. We've got a snake. Almost hit that 229.62 alert that I had for the third support. Notice it's a little bit above my 228.85. I always like to bring them up above it so I can be alerted before we actually hit it. And today, look how close we were. We were within, what, 13 cents from hitting that solid support. So I wasn't alerted with this trigger. I'm just watching Schwab, and they're squawking about Apple right now. So we could have us a little scalp back up maybe about to this here top at 232 something. And then back to the 50 or the 63, the 50 SMA or the 63 EMA if we break the 21 EMA right here. Especially if that 9 crosses that 21, it'd be a good run up back up to 233. But I wouldn't swing this stock yet. I would, plus you have a confirmation right here of this lower support right around 233.48. So you'd want to get out before you probably hit that 63 if we break the 21. Now that's on the 5 minute. Now if I'm looking at the 1 minute, which I trade a lot, we already had the crossover where the 9 crosses over the 21 and we're above the 63, so we'd run right into that 200 and exit the trade, the 200 SMA. So yeah, let the news bring it down. You know, China's not doing that good right now. But I like to stimulate my mind sometimes. And I'll get on here and I'll type in Dan. And I'll watch this chick. It's called the Dan Shuffle. I always wondered if that's her boyfriend. Now I'm kind of getting a little jealous. So, yeah, I used to dance. I was a disco nut there for a long time. So this is a sneaky snake trading strategy where I talk about chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now. And what happened to my thingamajigger? This is Apple. Have a great day.